President, Mr. Simon Richard.
The shortest fact within the society, the only mention of President's dinner is in the section on expertisation. When a member of that body received an award of one. So perhaps the origins of this dinner are further research. We've heard of some of the past dinners that once or sometimes twice in a decade. The dinner coincides with an international stamp exhibition that's happened at the last dinner in 2022. But this is a dinner that's being held in what our wonderful priest we used to have in Wellington referred to as ordinary time.
Simul secretris, ut simul angelum, canam verum celestem, Dei verbum aeternam.
Which I think means now there are even more Richards than Warcrofts. So this is it's just fine. She asked her father, how come Granddad's present? And I thought I might share with you a little, just a little, of that journey and explain how West Indies theme will take us tonight. It was my granddaughter's age.
Fellows, members and guests, it gives me great pleasure to propose a toast to the guests.
I can still remember many of the stamps from that first outing. It was indeed an inspired gift. Well, after the war, my mother had just qualified as a teacher.
I'm so grateful that so many of you could come to the wonderful station hall this evening. This building was opened in 1673.
The forthcoming University of West Indies, which is a project over just finally opened in 1951. And that's why the only table header which you'll see tonight with the cancellation is on where we're on A56 from Montego Bay. Well, she returned to England after 3 years to marry my father, but she did receive a steady flow of correspondence and visits from colleagues and pupils for many years afterwards. And my father was a generous man, also influenced by a collector who helped me on a special purchase that was far beyond my budget. Took me to the open air stamp show in Paris on several occasions. And in 1974, he set me off as a more serious collector by enabling me to acquire a collection of British Honduras. And I've been seriously collecting the West Indies ever since. Well, and to me, the early stamps of these British colonies in the Caribbean are amongst the most iconic of all in all the valley. Some of them form of table decorations, with a very obvious exception of the Falklands, which is still in the Americas, but is definitely not in the Caribbean. Now, that table contains many of our younger guests, contributing to my predecessor, Mike Roberts. In each programme, we had a meeting devoted to the younger members of the RPSL, and it was a very fine day. We all enjoyed our table. Yes. Now, Mike was very keen to promote our younger members, and my thanks really go to his widow Alison for generously supporting their presence with us tonight. So, whilst I'm saying thank you, I hope you all enjoy the splendid Sonos Quartet coming on a break. The Health District Hall, and of course the home team in the RPSL, so ably led by Paul Warcroft. The RPS packed up in Devonshire Place, and after a couple of months in storage, they unpacked into our Church Lane, moved to larger premises, and it was officially blessed with a visit from Her Majesty, the late Queen Elizabeth. But a couple of months later, and the whole world had heard that we won, and the way we interact with each other has been changed, seemingly perfectly by the pandemic. Thank you for coming out tonight. I thank you too when you come to our meeting days, and please keep coming out. It's noticeable that the FIP has such a number of international exhibitions, the promotion of philatelic friendships, and by coming out, that is what you do. So enjoy the rest of the evening in that spirit of friendship, and I hope you've enjoyed good food, good wine, and good company. So to philatelic friendships. Fellows, members, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've all enjoyed your evening so far. I'm glad too for the brevity of the speeches, and certainly compared to Melbourne.